Hey guys, it's Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and if I sound really loud, it's because I'm trying to talk louder because a lot of people say that they can't hear me in my videos, so I'm trying to be louder. Um, Actually, I kind of wanted to try something. On YouTube videos, a lot of people do something called panning. Well, that's what I call it. Basically, somebody says like the beginning of a sentence and it sounds really cool and it builds up suspension, and then the person switches to the other side of the screen. I used to think that was really cool, but then I think a couple people are doing it a little bit too much. So I'm going to try panning just a little bit and see how I like it, but it's gotten to the point where they just pan back and forth. And it's kind of getting a little annoying, but I'll try panning back and forth a little bit and see how I like it. I really started to like it because I seen Ray William Johnson did it a lot, and I really like his videos, and I think it's cool when he does it because he does it an appropriate amount of times. So anyways, back to the book review. I just thought I'd be a little goofy today. Somebody actually requested this book review at the last minute, even though I was planning on doing it today anyways, because I got an ARC of it, and it came out January 25th. So yeah, my book review is a little late because, you know, started back up with school and exams and everything's been going on. I loved this book. I give it 10 stars. So anyways, it's about this girl named Emily. And in my Borders haul, I said that Emily goes to a party. You see the sunshine? See, when I lean back, there's more sunshine. And then when I lean forward, there's less sunshine. So anyways, I just had to readjust because that sun was making me look weird, and we can't have that. So in my book haul, I said that this book was about a girl named Emily who goes to a party where another girl named Emily is killed. That's actually not true. The other Emily, she was found murdered in the streets, and Emily Webb hadn't even been to the party yet. It's just that it mentions the party and the murder kind of at the same time, so I assumed they were at the party when the murder happened. But no. So to start right off with it, it's the first page, so don't freak out. It's not mentioned on the synopsis, but it's the first page, so it's not a spoiler. So every once in a while in the story, you get like this grayish, you can't really see the gray, but it's like a darker color than the rest of the pages. See how white this one is and then how gray that one is? Those are interviews that are happening with Emily Webb. And it reminded me a lot, if you guys have ever seen the movie The Fourth Kind, you know how in The Fourth Kind, the girl that it happened to is sitting there doing an interview, and then while she's telling the story, you actually see the story. That is how this book is set up. Emily Webb is being interviewed on what happened to her. After the first interview, it goes right into the story. Like it says on the back, the other Emily is killed, brutally killed, and Emily Webb finds out about this when she is all dressed up, all skanked up, I should say. And then she's kind of climbing out the window, and her cell phone rings, and it's Megan. And it's Megan telling her about how Emily had been murdered. So after she gets off the phone with Megan, she kind of like assesses the situation that she's in. She sees her precious book been thrown on the floor carelessly, which is something she doesn't do. She loves her books. And she has her legs sticking out the window, and she's like, why am I climbing out the window? I don't do that. And then she kind of like gets back in, and she takes a look at herself, and she sees the way she's dressed, and she's like, holy crap, I never dressed like this. What is going on? And she tries to think back to how she got in that situation, and she really can't remember. So that's all I'm going to say about the plot wise. It was a very intriguing beginning to the book. It just hooks you right in there at the very beginning. And yeah, I hope you guys like it because it was good. Okay, there's 5 spots in the story that these interviews pop up. And the interviews are really cool and they're really creepy. I don't know why, but because it just reminded me of The Fourth Kind so much that she's just sitting there kind of creepily telling her story. And then you get to, because she kind of like wraps up what you just read and kind of gives her thoughts on what happened, and it's really cool. I love the way the book is set up on that one. Good. I really like Emily Webb, the main Emily. She's really cool. She reminds me of all of us book people out there. You know, she loves books. She loves to read, and she kind of respects her books. She's a bummy kind of person. She likes to dress down, even though in reality she's a really attractive person underneath. It's just she doesn't try to bring her good features out. She just more tries to hide them because she's a shy person. And I really liked her, I think, because everybody can relate to her. Emily has a friend named Megan. It's her best friend. She is one of those people who tried to fit in and couldn't fit in. So now she is trying to, so since she didn't fit in, she hates the popular people. She hates anything to do with them. And that's why she likes Emily so much, because Emily Webb, she is such a down-to-earth person, dresses down and everything, and that's why her and Megan get along so much. And this is a series. This is called Deviance 1, so there is going to be a second one, which I cannot wait for the second one. I have not read anything close to this, plot-wise, so I think everybody will really enjoy it. It is a supernatural YA book, so if you're supernatural buff just like me, the supernatural is my favorite because it's more exciting. So I think you guys will really like it. Usually I don't read the synopsis, but I'm going to go ahead and read this one just because the best way to explain this book without giving away too many spoilers is by reading the back, because I think it sums it up very well, and usually I don't like synopsis because I think they're poorly written. But I like this one. Emily Webb is a geek, and happy that way. She's never been the kind of girl who sneaks out for parties, and she definitely doesn't start fights or flirt with other girls' boyfriends. Until one night, Emily finds herself doing exactly that. The same night, a classmate, also named Emily, is found mysteriously murdered. The thing is, Emily doesn't know why she's doing this. Every night she gets wilder, have trouble saying that, until it's not just her personality that changes, she's also becoming strong, fast, and utterly fearless. Has she been bewitched by the soul of the other murdered Emily, or is Emily Webb becoming something else entirely? Something not human. I loved it. I loved the interviews. I think it gives such a whole new breath to the book. Like, I don't think the book would have been as exciting or as intriguing without those interviews that were in there. And like I said, there's only 5. And every time I was reading, I was like, when I would see when it's coming up, because they're darker. You can't see it on this camera at all, but you see how the pages are darker? Those are where the interviews are at. And I couldn't wait to get to another interview because they were so good. And there were so many questions that were brought up with the interviews, like, ooh, what does that mean, and what does this mean? And then you're like, to find out, I must read more. And then you just keep reading faster and faster. So really good book, really exciting. It has a very good, and remember I always said it's missing that it factor, where I finally figured out what that it factor is for me, and that's excitement. If the book is not exciting, a book can be good without being exciting, but for me, that it factor is excitement, and this definitely has that it factor. So yeah, this was, I didn't do a lot of painting like I said I would, did I? Oh well, so I'll probably just cut all that out. So this is Stacy with Chapter Chicks. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope that you can hear me in this video because I was trying to be louder. And yeah, me and Jessica was also thinking that soon we're going to start doing our own book trailers because we thought that would be really fun. If you guys have any suggestions of good book trailers that you would like to see, please leave them down in the comments because I think book trailers would be so much fun, and it's a way for us to get our funny videos in because we haven't been doing really any funny videos lately. So yeah, so if it's a bad book, we can make a stupid book trailer. If it's a good book, we can just be like, oh, you know. So she wants us to play the guys and the girls. I really don't want to be a drag chapter chick. That's not something that's going to be working for me, I don't think. Anyways, sorry about all my rambling. I'm just having a crazy day. I got so much stuff to do, so many exams to do that I'm like, ooh, I gotta get this video done. So sorry I'm a little crazy today, guys, but this is Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and this chapter was for you.